Hi, everybody, and welcome to Bonner Christian Church Yoga with Linda. I'm so happy to have you here today. Thank you for making it to your mat, no matter what time of day it is, morning, afternoon, or evening. This is our last class of our February series, Love and Loving Kindness for Self and Others. So today's practice, you will want to have a blanket, which I'm sitting on now. If you have a bolster or pillows, that would be really nice. And blocks, they might help you. So today's class is deep stretching. It is a yin class. It is truly a way to show loving kindness to yourself, although at times it can feel very, very challenging. And if you are over challenged by it, you just take a little break. You can go back into child's pose or sit quietly and just reflect. So this is your time to find stillness and quiet and space. And by allowing yourself to do this, you're creating a very kind and soft place for creative energy, and loving kindness within yourself. You've earned it, you deserve it. And I want you just to enjoy this practice. So our poses will be timed for 2 to 3 minutes each. And we'll begin after we do Balasana, working on one side of the body and then the other. So I'll share with you that I did this practice last night and I had the best sleep ever. So if you do this before you go to bed, I feel sure that you will also sleep like a baby. So just to know, today is the 22nd of February, which is 0222-2022, which is kind of fun to say. So I encourage you to just think 0222-2022. Just fun to say. So hopefully put a smile on your face. So just find a moment of stillness here. Let's take our hands out and then reach across and grab opposite shoulders and just give ourselves a nice hug here, sitting tall. Maybe tuck the chin ever so slightly, closing the eyes. Finding breath, slowing the pace down. So whatever was on your to-do list, let it go. Whatever was on your to-do list and didn't get done, let it go. Follow your own breath. Create a moment of love for yourself. On your next inhale, bring the arms out again to the side. Exhale, bring them back in, cross over opposite arm on the top, grab your shoulders, tuck that chin. Have a moment here of gratitude. Gratitude for breath, for life. And bring your arms down with your exhale. Palms down on your knees, preparing to take that inward journey today. Become aware of the sensations you feel in your body at this moment. And with each pose, the sensations you feel when you're in the pose and then when you come out of the pose. The scripture for today is 1 John 4:7. Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. So find your way over to Balasana. So maybe roll on one hip or the other. Come up on knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, nice flat back. We're going to go straight into child's pose. This will be timed. So allow your hips to come towards your heels. Walk your hands out in front of you and slowly lower your head. If you prefer a wider stance, you can bring your big toes together and knees out to the side. breathing in and out through the nose. So find what's comfortable for you. You might want to have a blanket underneath your forehead, which feels very good to me today. Big belly breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. As you exhale, release that lower back. So imagine filling your body as a balloon as large as you can with your inhale, and exhale, letting everything slowly go out and release. And now following your breath, inhale love in and exhale love out. We're here for about 2 more minutes. And on your last minute of breath, inhaling in and out, perhaps try using Ujjayi breath or victory breath, also known as ocean breath. So where you inhale loudly, and then you exhale as if you were looking into a pane of glass and placing your breath there. You're frosting up that window. So inhaling, frosting it up, and exhaling, frosting up the window. This can feel very much like the tide going out as you inhale, and as you exhale, the tide going out. Sorry, tide coming in and tide going out. Relaxing your neck and your jaw. Relaxing your shoulders. Slowly bring your palms underneath your shoulders and push into your mat, slowly coming up to a tall seat. Take a moment here. If you like, you can lean forward, tuck your toes, and then bring your hips back over your heels and sit tall. This will really get the soles of your feet. It's quite challenging, but can feel very good for a few moments. That's too much. Palms come back to the mat, untuck the feet, smash them on the ground a little bit. So we're getting ready to go into dragon pose. You can keep your blanket or move it off to the side, grab it anytime you need it. So tuck the toes, push up and back into your downward facing dog. This will give you just a little bit of a stretch before we go into another pose on the mat. Wiggle out your feet, really lift your tailbone high. When you're ready, inhale, center. Bring that knee in towards your right arm. Drop the foot, wiggle it up. And I have to grab my heel. Both palms are placed on the inside of your right foot. Slowly lower your left leg, untuck the toes, and you're now in dragon. So you can also walk your right foot out to the side and open up your leg. We're here for about 3 minutes. So you may not be ready at this point. You might want to give yourself a little support if you prefer to be down here. So find what's comfortable for you. Some people use bolsters and blocks because 3 minutes is quite a long time to be on your wrists. And you might find it quite challenging after you've been here 30 seconds. For me, this is an extremely challenging pose. So we're finding length in our hip joint, an opening on the inside of our right thigh. Now, other things are happening as well. But if you can, once you find that space where it's not painful, but a bit of discomfort exists, that's where you want to be without any movement. So no jiggling or moving around after that. However, that's rule of thumb for yin. And if you need to take a break, you take a break when you're ready, which means you might want to push back on your right leg and just go back a little bit to give yourself some release. Take a breath or two, and then slowly as you exhale, come back into your position where you were. Find your breath here, inhaling in and out. A bit of discomfort in yin is known as nourishment. So we are nourishing our body in ways that we normally do not. So we think of a very active body as being the only thing that's good for us. We're working hard, we're probably sweating, we're building muscle. But here in yin, what we're doing is we're really allowing those deep tissues some space. We're allowing them to elongate. We're bringing more oxygen to those spaces, which normally become very, very tight, particularly if you are physically quite active. So we have just about 50 more seconds here. Again, go in and out of this pose as much as you need to. Again, for me, this can be very challenging. But maybe for you, this feels great. So for everybody, it's different, and everybody looks different in this pose. So preparing to come out, wherever your arms were, you want to place them first on maybe your bolster, if that was there, and then find the way to the mat so that you have a little bit of space there, a little bit of support. And from here, we're going to go straight into our pigeon pose or half swan. So the right foot is going to just heel toe its way in towards the left arm. And when you are where you'd like to be, so some people are able to put their shin parallel to the top of the mat. I cannot do that. It's too much stress for me. But once you're where you want to be, keep that right foot flexed. Left leg is long. Shift your left hip back, your right hip forward. So you have hips that are equal. And you may decide you would like to have so that you can rest in this pose because we haven't started our 3 minutes yet. You may find you want a blanket so that you can rest that hip on the blanket. As well, you might want to have a bolster so you can just comfortably find a place that works well for you so you can be here for several minutes. So once you've found where you'd like to be, you're going to just allow yourself to fold over. If you do need to remain here, that's fine, wherever you are. Listen to your body. So while in this pose, see if we can really just let go of expectations. Relax and let everything fall away. All of the stories we tell ourselves day in and day out. Oh, I should. Oh, I used to be able to. Opinions that fly your way all the time. Opinions that people may have of you. Just let them fall away. Acknowledge the beauty within. Acknowledge that you are beautiful. You are a child of God, always moving toward the light. Acknowledging the presence of God in you. Acknowledging God's love. Acknowledging that indeed you are love. And with every inhale, breathe in all that is good and exhale that which you do not need. And as you exhale, relax any tension you may feel in your face, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, maybe the back of the head, maybe your belly, your hips, legs. Just let everything go. Allow it to just all fall away and drift away from you. So take one deep inhale and plant your palms on your mat or on your bolster. Slowly walk your hands back towards you. If you have used a bolster, set it off to the side. Lean on your right hip, swing your left leg to meet your right leg. If you're on a blanket, go ahead and pop that blanket off to the side. We're bringing both legs out in front of us. So we're still rolling on our right hip. Stretch out your right leg and then your left leg. Lean back a little bit and just wiggle. That's good. Maybe bump them up and down. Right leg remains straight. Bring the sole of the left foot in as far as you would like, in towards your right thigh, and place it there. So we're going to do a forward fold. You might want to have a bolster so you can just kind of fold this way. You might want to have blocks if that's helpful to you. Some people like to place the block on their head. So inhale, arms rise. Right foot is flexed. Exhale, slowly lower down and fold to where you would like to be. So for some folks, you might want a block underneath the knee that's very comfortable. And just be here. Once you find where you'd like to be, relax your right foot. So depending on what stretch you would like to have and space that you would like to open up, just be mindful of what your body is telling you. So drop the head, the chin is towards the chest. The knee is soft. The foot is soft. The head dangles. And shoulders are relaxed and released. And with every exhale, you may find that you fall a little bit deeper into this pose. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Pay attention to your sensations. And gravity continues to draw you down as you open up in your low back and through the legs. If at any point it becomes too much, just pull out a little bit. In other words, don't fold so deeply. While here, we rejoice in the body that we have. It's beautiful. We are so blessed and fortunate that we have these vessels that are intelligent. and that move and behave when we tell them to behave in certain ways. We are perfect as we are. When we acknowledge every cell in our body and give thanks, there is a transformation which takes place deep inside of us. What does that transformation look like to you? Can you feel it happening? In your next inhale, plant your palms. As you exhale, push into your yoga mat. Slowly come to a tall seat. Give yourself a moment here just to experience the sensations your body's feeling. Left leg comes in towards the chest, and then stretch out that left leg. Maybe wiggle your feet, maybe wiggle your hands. Just take a moment here. So our next pose is half saddle. For some people, this is too much tension on their knees. You can do this lying down on your back, or choose a pose that is just comforting for you. So for this pose, I like to use my bolster behind me. You can also use blocks, but I get that bolster kind of snug up to my backside. Roll over on your left hip, bend your right knee, place your right shin parallel with the edge of the mat. Maybe scoot your hips so that your hips are straight forward. So if you need help with this, or if it's too much pinching here, you can just stay right here instead of lowering. And we're here for 3 minutes. But gently lower back. You might be down here, you might be on your elbows, or you might just allow yourself to fall all the way back on this wonderful yoga cushion, your bolster, and let everything go. If you are happy to do a double saddle, I would encourage you in this practice just to take it one side at a time, because you've noticed we're working first the right side of the body. So we're working our channels, our nadi channels. So the right side of the body, the channels on this side of the body, are known as the masculine channels, Pingala. This is action, activity, strength, sunshine. Outward expression. So working with your breath here, just allow your head to relax. Maybe your belly and your chest rise with each inhale. Fill your belly as you exhale, just release. And check in with your body. Are the feet relaxed? The knees, the thighs, the hips, the belly, the chest, the head, the neck, your shoulders, your arms, the palm of your hand, your fingers. And bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. Embrace all of this with love and attention. When you nourish yourself, you allow yourself then to be filled so that you can nourish others. It's very difficult to share a cup that is empty. So preparing to come out of this pose, place your palms on your mat, maybe on your right foot as well. Your elbows on the mat, tuck your chin as you begin to lift. If you're flat on the mat, in my case, I'm on a bolster so I can plant my palms on the mat and slowly rise, tucking my belly button to my spine. And be here for just a minute as you slowly lean on your left side, bring that right leg out in front of you. Maybe grab underneath and give yourself a little squeeze. That can feel so good. So we're coming on, preparing to come to the other side. Let's find our way back to tabletop. If you have your bolster, push it off. Okay, we're at tabletop and we're going to make just small, gentle circles with our hips. So we're going to just grease up. And you might ask yourself, okay, does my right side feel a little bit more awake or a little bit more energetic than my left? Just take your time here to feel those sensations. Okay, we're preparing to go to the other side. So if you have used a bolster or blocks, get those ready at the top of your mat. Tuck the toes, inhale. As you exhale, slowly and gently find your way to down dog, rising those hips up towards the ceiling, drop the head. Just really relax here. Push into the knuckle mounds of your fingers. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. Coming into our dragon pose on our left side, we're going to tuck that knee in towards and bring it in towards our left. So to the outside of our left hand. Both hands then are to the right of the left foot. Lower the right knee down, untuck the toes. You can stay here and look forward. Maybe, as before, you want to have a bolster that you can set yourself up so it's a little more comfortable. Walk that left foot out a little bit, open up the left leg, let it splay out just a bit. And really, as we're here, allow that right hip to slowly just drop and get some stretch. Again, we're looking for a bit of discomfort, but not pain. So if it's feeling painful, way too painful for you, take a moment, make some adjustments. Maybe you need to be higher up. Maybe you need to be more like this. Maybe you need padding under your right knee. So we're about halfway through the practice. Our heartbeat should be slowing down. Our racing thoughts just sort of melting off to the sides. Let's take a moment here as we breathe to find a space of welcome and a space of beauty. So welcome and the beauty. Find a visual in your mind to take you to that place. Breathing in and out through the nose, letting everything fall away. Definitions of yourself that others have given you. Maybe definitions of yourself that you've given yourself. With each breath, we are made anew. With each breath, we are anointed with love. I am whole. I am worthy. I am loved. Preparing to come out of this pose. As you inhale, plant your palms. So maybe first on your bolster. My right hip is really sore. Place your palms on the mat. Bring that left leg back towards you. Find a moment here. Seated, hips to heels. Drop your shoulders back away from the ears. Getting ready to go into our next pose, which is Pigeon Pose. So have your blanket ready, or maybe your bolster, coming back onto all fours. Inhale, center, bring that left knee in towards your left arm. Scoot your left leg and your foot out towards the edge of your right mat and slide your right leg down. Right hip comes forward, left hip comes back, squaring off our hips. I use a blanket underneath my hips, both sides, just so I can find a little bit more comfort before folding over to find that perfect spot of discomfort or comfort for my yin pose. So grab what you need and eventually lower yourself down, or maybe stay up high. And breathing in and out through your nose, letting go of all expectations. Just relax. So yin yoga is considered an advanced form of yoga. And the reason for that, and there are many reasons, but one reason is because it is so difficult to be still. In our society, the big buzzword is multitasking. And actually, science has shown that multitasking is not efficient at all. And it leaves our lives somewhat fragmented. So if you really want to make the most of your day and accomplish a lot so that you can enjoy your day and what you're doing, zero in on one thing at a time until that is complete. So in yin, when we do our yin poses, we are focusing on one particular thing. The stretch may affect several parts of our bodies, but we really are focusing only on one pose and not moving quickly. Really taking our time to feel the sensations as we are in that moment and in those poses. So when I'm at home and doing yin, obviously I'm not talking and I'm not moving as I'm moving now, because with instruction, and since I don't have a microphone, I do turn my head. So if you're watching me, you probably are thinking, why is she moving? But that's just part of the instruction at this point. So in the last few seconds of this pose, just let everything fall away. Drift. So on your next inhale, plant your palms. As you exhale, slowly push yourself up. Swing onto your left hip this time, and your right leg swings around. Maybe be here for just a second. These are some deep sensations which we are experiencing now. Stretch out your left leg and then your right leg. We're coming into our half butterfly. So this time our left leg is straightened out. Flex the feet, nice tall seat. Bring your right sole of your right foot into your left thigh, and it can be way up or down, or this leg can be bent. So choose what's right for you. There are no right or wrongs, just what feels good to you, or at least a bit challenging. So once you find your tall seat, you're going to inhale, arms rise. Exhale, slowly forward fold. And once you're where you'd like to be, you can just relax your foot and just let everything go. Unclench the jaw. Allow your face to be soft and the head to hang. Belly is soft. Knees are soft. Follow the sound of your own breath. And imagine you are drifting like a piece of driftwood down a very, very slow river or stream. You can acknowledge the buoyancy of the water, the temperature of the water on your body. Maybe your eyes are open to the gaze of the beautiful blue sky above. You see dancing leaves on the trees. As you slowly float down this river, a river of peace and calm and release. Where would you like this river to take you? In your next inhale, plant your palms on your mat, slowly back your catwalk, your palms towards your body. Knit your belly button to your spine as you rise, shoulders back down away from the ears. Find length here in your spine. Bring your right leg in towards your chest and hug it really good because it feels great. And as you exhale, stretch out that right leg. Wiggle your feet, wiggle your hands, sitting nice and tall. On your next inhale, rock over on your right hip. Bend that left leg. Align the shin to the length of your mat. Maybe lift up and adjust your hips. And decide how you want to lower yourself down for our next pose. So again, you might just be here, but you might be all the way to the ground. You don't need a bolster. I just like a bolster. It pinches too much on my back if I go all the way down. Even though I can do it, it's not healthy for me. So lower yourself down. And once there, just really let everything go. Relax your right foot, your right knee. You'll feel that right leg just open up. keeping both hips facing up, hip bones facing up to the ceiling. Become aware of where your body is touching the mat. So the sole of the foot, the heel of the foot, the top of the foot. Where are you touching the mat? The back of the leg, maybe the side of the leg. So become aware of your shoulder blades and your shoulders. Where are they? Your elbows, the back of the hand. And let your head be heavy. And imagine you're lying on very warm sand on a warm day. And that sand just allows you to really relax and let go. It forms, it changes shape to the form of your body to comfort you and warm you and give you nourishment. Maybe you can hear the ocean in the background. As you relax and let go. Become aware of any tension in the body and just allow it to fall away. So preparing to come out of the pose. Plant first your palms into your mat, maybe your elbows, depending on where you are. Knit your belly button to your spine, tuck the chin, and slowly begin to rise. Come into a nice tall seat. When you're ready, lean over onto your right hip, swing your left leg out in front of you. Hands come behind you and just wiggle. And maybe do circles with your feet one way and the other. And for our final pose before Shavasana, we're coming into a straddle pose. And I suggest you have a bolster or your blocks with you. So straddle looks different for a lot of folks, and you might need your blocks underneath your legs because this is a forward fold. And your feet will be flexed until we're ready to release for our yin pose. So if you need blocks, take blocks. If you need to sit on a blanket, do that. I like the bolster. So I straighten out your legs if you can. If you need to have blocks or padding under there, that's fine. So take a nice tall seat, a moment here just to feel the length of your spine. Inhaling, exhaling out through the nose. Before we fold over, flex both feet. Inhale, center. Exhale, slowly walk your hands forward. If you're here, and this is as far as you would like to go, relax your feet and stay here. If you want to go further, some people can go all the way down to the ground. Just be mindful of what your body is telling you. So once you've found your position, relax the feet, relax the knees. There should be some slight tension on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 4 on that inner thigh, so in the groin area. You want to slowly allow yourself to drop your head. And continue breathing in and out through the nose. Acknowledging your inward journey today. And with each breath, experience gratitude, experience love, experience letting go. And in these last few breaths, I'll make some I am statements. And after I make them, repeat them to yourself. I am grateful. I am kind. I am loving. I am considerate. I am mindful of my words. I am joyful. I am loved. I am compassionate. I have been given grace. I am beautiful. I am open-minded. I am growing. I am love. I am grateful. On your next inhale, plant your palms in front of you. Slowly work your way back to a tall seat, releasing the low back. Take a breath or two here. Remove your bolster. Maybe use your hands to help you bend your knees as you slide back on both hips. Bring your legs out in front of you, palms behind you. Just do a gentle windshield wipe. Maybe you like them a little bit wider. So get a little bit of movement in the hips again, waking up the body. So coming to a comfortable seat. Bring your palms to your knees. There is a voice that doesn't need words. So listen. There is a heart that is full of love. So listen. Be silent so that the heart can speak. Thank you so much for joining me in this class today. So let's take one big breath with our arms wide and reach across one shoulder or the other. Drop the chin. Inhaling love and exhaling love. On your next inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, reach across opposite shoulders. Tuck the chin, inhaling love and exhaling love. Bring palms together to kiss at heart center. Lower the chin to the chest, close the eyes. Inhale love and exhale love to family, friends, acquaintances, neighbors across the United States and the globe and beyond. Bring the thumbs to the third eye in the middle of your eye, two eyebrows and above. And together, let's take an inhale and whisper namaste. Inhaling, namaste. Thanks everyone for joining me for this series of love and loving kindness towards self and others. For the month of February, I look forward to March, which will get moving a little bit, and it should be fun. And thank you so much, Worship and Wonder Room, for these beautiful pictures behind me. I hope everyone can see those. And it's such a pleasure to be in this space. Thank you for sharing this day.